Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I am Alex with Sunrise Farm, and today we are in my homeschool room. If you have not seen any of my previous videos, we're in my homeschool room currently because we are going to be doing a homeschool project this year. My daughter does this every year for the past 3 years where she hatches out eggs, which is why I have my incubator out. I took it out yesterday and cleaned it up really nice. But if you'll notice, I have my chicken and duck egg turner out, and the reason is because we're going to be hatching goose eggs this year. So we purchased a new jumbo goose egg turner. I want to say it's actually for all large eggs. And I'll put a picture up here so you guys can see the exact one that we bought. It's supposed to be here this afternoon, which is why I keep looking out the window. But I'm going to take you guys along as I set this up, show you how it works, and how to hatch out our goose eggs. So we currently have brown Chinese geese, and they're absolutely gorgeous. I'll put up a quick clip for you guys. We absolutely love them. They are incredibly sweet compared to what everyone told us raising geese was going to be like. And now we want more. However, we only have one male and one female goose. So we have been saving up the eggs, but we only get an egg every other day. And with goose eggs, you don't want to save the eggs much longer than 7 days because your hatch rate significantly goes down each day after those 7 days. So we've collected 4 of our own goose eggs, and then we actually went out to town the other day and purchased goose eggs from a gentleman off Facebook Marketplace who reached out to us, and he had Toulouse goose eggs. And I'm super excited about that because Toulouse and Sebastopol are the 2 breeds that I originally wanted to start with. However, those breeds are a little bit more expensive. So we wanted to try raising these brown Chinese geese first, see if this was something that we actually liked and wanted to continue with. And now that we know we love geese, we will continue to try and hatch while we have the room and the means to care for them. I will put up a picture of what the Toulouse geese look like. They're super cute. They're like a chunky gray goose. The Sebastopol geese, I will also put a picture up of those. They are like the fluffy geese, if you've ever seen those. But those are like the fancy geese. Those are the ones that are really expensive. So like I said, we are going to be hatching out 4 Toulouse geese eggs, 4 brown Chinese geese eggs, and I'm going to take you guys along on this entire journey. So I won't be uploading this video until the very end so you can see our success rate with our hatch. For starters, I'm going to set this up. So I've got it plugged in, and we're going to leave this on the homeschool table the entire time. I'm going to go over how to set it, how many days you want it set for, what you want your temperature and humidity to be at, as well as how to change it on this specific incubator. This is the incubator that you can find right at your local Tractor Supply. I want to say even Walmart sells them. Amazon has them. I'll put a picture up of it right here so that way you guys can get a better look of it. But this has been really great for us. We've had it for almost 5 years now, and we've used it for chickens. We've used it for ducks. We love it. So I'm really hoping that this new turner will be perfect for our geese eggs. So I want to say you can put other large animal eggs in it. I know some people say that turkey eggs fit in this turner, but I don't have any turkeys just yet. So let me plug this in and show you how it works. Let me get the camera and get you guys closer. So this is the incubator, and here you can see that there is an outlet for your egg turner and an outlet for your power supply. So out back here, it goes down in here for your egg turner, and this is just a short cord, and you hook it up, and now our egg turner is plugged in. Right there we have our power supply, so I'm just going to grab the end of that and hook it up right here. Oh, it's not, the box isn't plugged in. Hold on. Okay, so I noticed that this light wasn't plugged in. This cord is not plugged in all the way. All right, so now you can see that our block has power. I am going to take the cord and just plug it in where it says power supply in the back here. It's going to beep pretty loudly. Like I said, I like to get this set up a couple hours before we put the eggs in, just so that way it has time to warm up. I have time to make sure that it's working properly before we have any issues. So right now it's just coming up to whatever the temperature is set at. This is your temperature. This is your humidity percent. So if you hold this down for 3 seconds, it tells you what your temperature is set at. And I'm going to set it at 99.5 for our goose eggs, and then I'm going to hit that again. And this is the days. And for our days for goose eggs, we want it set at 28 days. So now it's going to wait, and it's going to bring this, you can see it keeps going up. It's going to bring this up to temperature, and then it's going to start turning regularly for the first 25 days, and then it will go into lockdown the last couple of days. Over here, we're going to try and keep our humidity using this. It's a little dirty because we have hard water. I've scrubbed it, but it won't come out. So you can see there's an A and there's a B. When you first get this, the B area will be covered with a little red tab. We've lost ours over the past couple years, but we are going to fill up the A area and try and keep this between 50 and 60% humidity for the first part. When we put it into lockdown later on, we will up that humidity to about 70%. So if you've never hatched eggs before, what I mean by lockdown is for the last 3 days, the turner on the inside will stop turning. So I'm going to show you guys real quick. I have already labeled these eggs. So this one has a large T on the front. And I labeled it so I know that this is one of the Toulouse geese eggs that we purchased, but also so that way when I put it into the incubator for the first time, I'll be able to make sure that the turner on the inside is properly rotating the eggs. And then I labeled our Chinese geese eggs with a large C. So I'm going to let this come up to temperature. I'm going to put a little bit of water in it to keep our humidity up to where we want it to be. And then in probably an hour or two, our new turner will be here and I'll put that in. And I'll show you guys how I put my eggs in. I like to put them pointy side facing in. Everyone's going to do it differently. I've done it before. My first couple hatches, I had no idea what I was doing. I still had a good success rate. So follow along and you guys can see how ours turn out. All right, so our jumbo egg turner just arrived. I'm going to take it out of the plastic, get the eggs in. I'll show you guys how I put them in. I've had this going, so it's all set. It's at 99.5 in between 50 and 60% humidity. So everything looks really good. I keep this over here just to water so that way the kids don't forget, and I try and remember to fill it up for them. All right, I've got it in. I'm going to start by putting the Toulouse goose eggs in, and I will show you guys how I put them in. Once they're all in here, you want the pointed side facing in. And like I said, I've already marked all these, so I'll be able to tell when I test the turner if they're all turning properly. And we may have one more Chinese goose egg to add today, so I've got all of them in. I'm just going to put this back on and make sure it is secure. And then to test it, you just hit the plus and the minus at the same time. And because I labeled them all with a C or a T on the top, and that's how I laid them in, I can tell that they've all turned because now the letter is on the side of the egg. So like I said, I have the wide side on the outside, and these are the eggs that are labeled with C for our Chinese goose. And then these are the ones labeled T. And I did the same thing. You want the wide side of the egg on the outside and the smaller side pointed in. So our next check-in when we first candle the eggs will be around 10 to 13 days to see if there's any development.
Think so. Maybe. Yeah, cat. Look.
Oh my god.
You see the veins?
Yeah, I do. the angle I was looking at, all I saw was this orange.
There's veins on this one too.
Yeah.
Is it picking it up on the camera?
Not the veins, but you can see like a little black dot in there. So far, two.
I don't think so.
Might be a bug.
I think it is.
At least it's one of the brown Chinese geese, not one of the Toulouse ones.
I know, I'm gonna do those ones last.
Oh, yes!
That one looks really good.
On the camera, you can see like the black and the veins. So happy. Yeah.
That one too.
And you said you didn't have much hope. Oh, that's pointy.
I don't see any veins.
All the Toulouse ones.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Got anything more?
I don't think so.
Still got two more. Yes.
Oh, there we go. Oh my gosh, there's like a little bit there and a little bit there. You see it?
Yeah?
See like the veins? I don't know what's going on, but
Maybe we get two chicks in one. That'd be why.
really. Oh,
Oh, look at all that.
there it is.
Oh my goodness, I'm so happy.
Okay.
So, only like 3 possible beds. It's awesome.
All right, it is Wednesday morning, which is day 29. I just finished making my coffee, and my daughter noticed that we have our first egg pip. You can see the egg moving around a bunch. You can see the baby trying to get out. You can also hear it. So I'm going to try and get some of that on camera for you guys. Let's get to it. I feel like every time I move the mic away, it starts beeping. So far, this is our only one that we've seen any pips or movement in. This is one of the brown Chinese goose eggs, so they are significantly smaller than the Toulouse eggs. I'm hoping that we will see at least a little bit more action by the end of today. All right, so it's been about 3 hours and there hasn't been much progress. I think I'm gonna help out just a little bit more because I have to go outside to the garden and I don't have time to just kind of keep checking on it like I do when I'm inside homeschooling and stuff like that. So,
Doesn't really look like